Bum, bum. Oh my gosh, why am I streaming at 4,000 kbs? What? Probably could lower that. I know, it's because I recorded something out of Hades. Maybe. Bum, bum, bum. That's fine? Alright. Thanks, Unreal. It's fine? Uh-oh. When I say that, maybe things aren't fine. It's a possibility things are actually not fine. Did I do this? What was it? Oh. Hey, Cora. Alright. Hi, everybody. How we doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the world you happen to be. Crow Revel here, and yeah, gonna do a little bit of FTL. FTL. Oh. Make sure I get Cora's name over on here. So, Hollow Sheerdom got the 81 win streak today. So originally, like, Sheerdon had the no pause win streak at like 45, or tying Britnoth, I think, and like the pause world record was 80, and yeah, they just hit 81, just incredible, incredible. 100 win streak coming up? I don't know. Like, as much as I've played, I still don't technically play enough. As if I'm the one who's gonna do it. It's like, oh, this thing I did that like totally made sense and had like would have been a thing I did in the previous like 12 runs of this ship that I won with. Nope. It like cost me that one run. It's like, oh, okay. No. FTL does FTL things because it's FTL. All right, so we're on a 14 win streak. It's close to 100, really. It's there. Kestrel A, B, NG A, Fed B, Stealth C, Rock B, Slug AC, Mantis A, Sultan C, Crystal A, B, Lanny A, B. Yeah, so a bunch of like I have a pretty bad record with the Kestrel C, comparatively. Like I just have like 2 losses. NGB's rough, Fed ships are rough. Stealth B is rough. Rock A, Slug B, Mantis A, B, C, like those are all, yeah. Yeah, that is a very true statement. There are a lot of bad ships left. Hey, we got all the Kestrel ships in a row. We got the A, we got the B, and then we got the C. And that one's for poor Leno. Poor Leno wanted this to be called GG's. So maybe this is it. We're on our pathway to redemption. Like, all accounts, it's not a bad ship. I don't know. I just get, like, weird runs with this. I just don't like that this isn't a damaging weapon. And ships that run away can just kind of get away. But, occasionally can get some crew kills. It does have a clone bay, which is blue options. It has level 2 sensors, which is blue options. So there's, like, some hidden money there. It's just, yeah. It's a wonky ship. Alright, the data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing Rebel fleet can catch up. I might have set that line a time or two. And now I know it for rote. I almost wish there was like a door save feature. That'd be so convenient. Alright, I'm trying to lower my oxygen below 50%, so my weapons are a little bit less likely to target. African swallow? Uh-huh. That's great. I get that reference. Weaker Kestrel A time? Yeah, but it's not like that. It's like... I don't know. It's whatever. I think I want to do it this way. Do I want to do it this way? I think this is the way I want to do it. All right. So, I don't know. Forward exit location, but we do have triple... Ew. With references one day? It's a sub-baby! Aw, Gastro, it's beautiful! Thank you for your 9 months of continued support, and welcome back to the Murder Most Foul. Very much appreciate it. Aw, love you too.
It's a sub-baby.
Okay, so I want these nebula jumps because their value... I guess we do have some jumps towards the exit, so let's take the stress and make our way. Make our way. Give them 4 fuel. I don't know, like a map this early first jump in could be nice, or they could just give us a bunch of free stuff. Reactor upgrade, not what I wanted, nor repair. Okay, so we have a map. You can be our Lanius. Would you like to be a Lanius? You can be a Lanius. Thank you again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could do, all right, let's do like, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is just a dead end. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, so this map layout is very bad. I'm still gonna want to try and hit as many jumps as I want. What do I look like in an ion storm? 4 power, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not that bad. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot I can't even get to. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But yeah, let's try and get as much money as possible. All right. Oof. This is a tough ship. I'm kind of tempted just to take it and go. Yeah, we have a chance at double rewards, but that is a burst laser 2 and a small bomb, which is a pretty nasty combination of weapons. If I miss 2 shots, we just get absolutely annihilated. Hey, Slave. Yeah, this is a massively better version of our ship. Like, I get that there's a chance for a double reward here, but... my weapons fire first? But this is not going to be the weapon that goes down if I only do 1 point of damage. I don't think. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like my ship's offense. I'm not a fan of the offense on this ship at all. Yeah, I would definitely, like, the chance of taking damage here, it's not that I take, like, 1 or 2 points of damage, it's that I take all the damage. 2, 3. Please don't be an offensive drone. Please don't hack my shields. Okay. Well, part 1 was a failure. Are you hacking my O2? Okay. And they got a repair bot. This fight is gross. This is a disgusting fight. Okay. Okay. Okay, that wasn't an actual system. This is super bad. This is a really, really bad fight. Yeah, like this... The lack of damage on this ship is so gross. Like this, you're supposed to try and set it up so you get the ion stun so you take 2 weapons offline. I don't think it really matters in this scenario. And, like, it slows down repair so that it makes you, like, safer in the long run. But I need this to break because they're just going to repair it too fast because they have the repair bot. Hey, Dragon. But see how, like, we've already done 3 salvos, and we're only hurting 1 system. Yeah, because of course he is. So I can get back my 3 fuel. I've already spent 4 on a map. I get 5 missiles, and I get 9 scrap, and this fight is over before this volley unleashes on me. You're considerably more well-armed than we would have thought. Sure. So that's gonna hit. It's gonna drop him to 1 hull. That, you know, that's fine. No, you're completely correct. We went A, B, C in a row with randoming. Hi, Kylaria. Welcome aboard, Dragon. Unless, well, Dragon Azul. Doop-doo. All right, I have 18 bucks, which I can't do anything with. Yeah. All right. I kind of don't mind the Ion Storm. Just here for support. Thanks. Okay. Okay, so this has potential to be fine. All right, they're over here. We saw the door flash red. So we'll just keep the O2 off because I don't have the power for it, and we'll try and kill them. I think we will do the ion trick here, that we do 1-shot takedown shields and hit this twice. I guess it doesn't matter, just timing is a little bit better for us. I still need both shots. I still need to hit the system twice beyond the shield to take this weapon offline. Apparently my recent play attempts with Industry Titan highlight. Oh. That the AI expected of me? Isn't the AI kind of, like, adjusted for, like, what you're doing? So... I thought I remember that. Yeah, so... That could be bad. Okay, so there's 1 crew doing repair in here. Yeah, that came off the ion stun. We'll go for it again. Alright, we stunned them in there, so that stopped the repairs. Can you go ahead and turn on the oxygen for a little bit here? This takes a long time to... This takes 16 seconds to get going. would love to do like crew kill shenanigans, but I don't really think that's the case. Let's... All right, they got the mini beam back up. We can go ahead and raise our shields. Shield buffer. Yeah. Oxygen. Wow, that dodge, though. So, with these 3 rooms hit, like, that's where their crew is. Their crew's doing repairs. Their engines are damaged. Let's say at best is they have level 3 engines, so they have level 2 engines. So, 10% evasion, 20% of that. That was a 2% dodge. I think that's what that was. Yep. Good old 2%er. Okay. $16. Nice. Yeah, it feels a little bit weird that we took like 2 surrenders early, but I definitely prioritize haul here. Yeah, but credit costs have been mostly quadrupled across the board. Employees now cost 60 credit every 24 sim minutes, and citizens have a day-night cycle where they're only working duty is a 12-hour period. Yeah, it's been so long since I played. I just remembered, like, it didn't matter if your citizens died. And I know that was going to be, like, a big change that they initiated, and then, of course, they also added ships. I don't have enough time to play all the video games. Cool. Alright, so I'm not gonna see a store this sector. Part of me wants to kind of just get a buffer point in the weapons, and the other part just wants me to go shields to try and get the safety for crew kills at some point. Never really know. Never really know. Alright. Pulsar, or, Nebula. And then back this way. This fight is gross. Good. It's running from the start, and it has a 2 damage volley. So this shot could hit our shields, this one hits us in the weapons, and then they just get away. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. There's just nothing I can do about that. Except I got a clutch dodge. So I had to hit him in the weapons because I need one of them offline. Yeah, that was a 20%er. That 20% was the difference of them running away and me being actually able to win this fight, perhaps. That's so disgusting. Alright. Such a wild swing, 8 scrap. March day will eventually have factories and game production, which I'm very excited about. Tutorial more Hades progression. Hey Taco. More Hades progression. Yeah, I've gone back to Hades twice. I actually stopped playing Hades, and then I was like, oh, I gotta get back into Hades. And then I stopped playing Hades, and then I was like, I'm really gonna go for that 32 heat. And now, I think with like 32 heat and everything unlocked in the store, I'm like pretty satisfied. That Hollow Streak's crazy. 81 victories in a row, and doing it in no pause. It is nuts. All right, I'll still take this because it's just an extra jump. Still take it because it's an extra jump. Yes. I say yes because I kind of almost want to have the 10 missiles if I get that trade here, but we're going to be mostly fighting ships along the way. So I'm also kind of happy, like, even though we haven't been getting a lot of money from fights, like, they've all had, at least they have been money. Do it. The only thing about Hades is I've seen it a couple times where there's some people who, like, really enjoy the combat, and that's fine. I enjoy the combat too, but, like, they do that while essentially just blasting through the story, so they don't kind of appreciate the loop of where the roguelite elements in the story kind of intertwine, and I think it can lead to, like, some pretty severe burnout and being like, like, there's just this grind. It's like, well, you're kind of missing out on a lot of it. Can you escort us? Sure. Quest marker there. Okay, that's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's an extra jump. It's here. That's pretty good. Okay, so they do have boarding. They have a rock. That's a little bit gross. So I really can't put a crew on the doors here to stop the rock from moving about the ship. Gonna have to try and knock their weapons offline. Okay, they're going into the oxygen. That's fine. I don't think I can move anybody to shields to man them in time to get a bonus, potentially, to get them up from this and negate some damage. Okay, they took a really bad swipe. It's so tempting to just close the rock off. And geez. Do I want to send in support and fight the rock off? Keep my dodge chances up. 33% dodge. I think this is best. I kind of want this to be stunned so the fires will slow the NG down. Wow, okay then. So 4 of 9 shots. Nice, 44% evasion. Also not saving crew positions. 2 fires. Like half my rooms. All right, that's fine, whatever. Okay, so they got a bunch of fires. That's good for me. Oh, wow, that timed perfectly. Hey! All right, we actually got their weapon system offline. But considering that we've taken, what, 3 fights? And I am... 3 fights? This is going to be fight number 4 before we actually get to 50 scrap. Okay. Are you kidding me? What is with these pilotless dodges? Ugh. Ugh. So so annoying. Four fires and they're all in empty rooms. That's cool. Well, that's cool. Okay. Please move this way. Yeah, I guess you can just sit there. Alright, nice. I'm so glad that we're having every single one of these absolutely horrifyingly terrifying fights. It's great. It's the best. Alright, I'm just gonna let the O2 kind of get back in on our ship here a little bit. Even out. Before I vent half my ship and go again. Hello, Leno. Yeah, I need to reject that offer. I mean, I guess it's slightly better because I have a buffer point in my shield system. Okay. Good dodge. Yeah. We can look back at this sector and just see how absolutely disgusting, like, every single fight was. Like, every fight has just been absolutely disgusting. So the first ship we ran into was a Burst 2 small bomb fed ship, and I was like, no. Next one was Basic Laser Mini Beam Combat Drone 1. Next one was a running ship with double heavy laser 1s. Then we just fought a ship in the Ion Field. Yeah, so that's 4 ships. That one wasn't as bad. That was like the nicest fight that we had. Then we had the one in the fire, and now I have this. Okay. Well, I'm taking an extra point of damage from that. Because it started double fire. Because reasons. Okay. Of the Rookie. You mean like the old, like, Clint Eastwood movie? The Rookie? With, what was it, Charlie Sheen? I'm thinking there's, like, a cop movie called The Rookie. Seem to be ill-informed. No, we haven't talked about that. One, two, three. Oh, the Nathan Fillion one. All right, so one. What did we do? We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jumps. 10 jumps sector 1. And in 10 jumps, we've made 70 scrap. We're making 7 scrap a jump. I mean, of course, I like Firefly. I say of course. I mean, I'm sure there are people who didn't enjoy Firefly. I like Firefly, and then I like the first couple seasons of Castle, and then they just the dynamic between him and Beckett like changed, where like Castle just went from like trying to always have like a Pulp Fiction angle, Pulp Fiction, not the movie, but like being like pulp novels, and then shifted into this just like weird conspiracy kind of thing. All right, so we got 3 jumps here to kind of make the sector. It's fine. Considering we had a map and all the jumps we had, you would think we would have had more money. Oh, but maybe we'll get a free thing. Not a safe fight. I kind of like the idea of trying to get a little bit of evasion training here if possible. The problem is I just can't charge that many of my weapons without my crew asphyxiating. It's only mostly safe. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately. Mostly safe in FTL. Why did I keep doing pauses after it fired? That didn't make sense. Oh, yeah, no, I can't react to that in time. It's fine. Alright, come on, bail me out. Nice, nice. I know, there's... I find it hard after shows run like 3 seasons or so. But now they've added in a racist. Like, there's always just... I don't know, like... Particularly if it's built on like the dynamic between 2 characters, it's very hard for that kind of thing to change. But sometimes you like have to. Like Bones, I really like the early seasons of Bones as well. But like that, I felt like really started drifting towards. Like I get the idea of like the forensics being a little bit, not even a little bit. I mean, it's like science fiction-y. Like okay, like they couldn't get the results this fast, or some of the computer modeling that they have is like clearly not what like cops are able to do at this point in time. But there was like one episode particularly which was like the trial of the gravedigger, and I was absolutely done with it because it was like it has to be like the worst court proceedings I've ever seen in a TV show, where characters were just throwing new evidence into the trial whenever they wanted to. Like they couldn't make like these basic arguments to prove who the killer was, like beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's like, oh, the killer is either person A or person B, but and they know it's one of these 2 people because of like an event that coincided between the 2 of them. And they're like, how could you prove it? And it's like, well, let's see if person B had anything to do with any of the other crimes person A is tied to. And they're like, nope, we just don't know. And the worst thing, this is true, what they did was the gravedigger, like, insinuated that there was another case. That's actually the same point I stopped watching Bones. Nice, nice. The gravedigger would like kidnap people and then like bury them alive and get ransoms, and if you didn't pay the ransom, the people would suffocate. So they catch the gravedigger and they have this trial. So the gravedigger calls a number to let them know that there's another body, there's another person buried. And they have this conversation like, well, the cops, we're the best people to look at it, but we can't because if we're in a trial, you can't do an ongoing investigation that looks into the same kind of serial killer. It's like, no, That's not even remotely true. That would be like the craziest thing I ever heard of. Like, well, yeah, if you have a copycat killer, we can't work the case. Like, what? It was really bad. And then, like, they did this thing with, like, they're like, well, we knew... They did, like, a reverse voice sampling audio. And then the killer's like, oh, I did that too. And they made it sound like one of the other people. And it was like, what is happening? But they would just introduce this evidence. They didn't care. There wasn't, like, any procedures at all. I don't mind the reactor upgrade. At least that's worth 20 bucks. Examine the station. Intruders on board. And I get an ASB. A hoot. Okay. All right. Slow down, Satan. All right, so that's venting as fast as I can get it. All right, I got on the doors. Close them off. I'm keeping the crew there to charge my FTL as fast as possible. Yeah, I mean, like, to me it always depends. Like, if you're going to do, like, anything, whether it's, like, social justice or, like, support your local police, like, if you do it super ham-fisted, it's just gonna rub people the wrong way. You know? It's one thing if they're like, yeah, like, oh, cops are super bad and they just hate people of color. It's like, okay, I mean, like, we're talking more about a systemic issue and how that bleeds into other things and how it can be a problem while some do and some don't, da-da-da-da. And then other people are just like, the cops are always right and it's totally cool that they shoot first and ask questions later. And if you don't like it, you're a communist. It's like, all right, so we're back in the 80s now. That's cool. That's neat. Please don't hit me with an ASB. I don't want to get hit by an ASB. If I could just not get hit by an ASB, I would love it. Okay, good. Alright, I need to leave. That's gonna hit. Mantis or Zoltans? Oh, this is really bad. Maximum McCarthyism. Hello, Flannel. Flannel Guylin also says hi. Hello, Flannel Guylin. How's it going? So the problem with Mantis sectors is they're only one store. And if I don't find a weapon, I'm hurting really bad. Zoltan sectors have 2 stores. But they also have Zoltan shields. Tracks. I kind of want to go Zoltan. On the other hand, I can get crew kills in Mantis sectors. Yeah, that's the other thing, is I see, like, there's a green there, because that could also be Zoltan, so that's kind of gross. I mean, I got 2 shields and an ion, and we actually have a decent amount of hull. Yeah, that's also possible. I need to find a weapon. Alright, how we doing here? Follow your heart. Okay. So do I have 1 dead mantis? Nice. Alright, and they shifted? That's excellent. So we should be able to just asphyxiate them. Okay. So let's talk about that Sector 1 while I wait for the oxygen to refill in my ship. So we made 95 scrap, which is low, but we also got a reactor upgrade, which is 20. So that puts us in at, what, 115 scrap? So 115 scrap is still a little bit low, but it's not like the worst case scenario. Plus, we only took 6 hull points of damage. Oh, so I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good, all things considered, with this ship. But geez, like, those fights were so gross. Hopefully we run into safe fights. Hopefully we run into safe fights. Yeah, like, we just didn't get any free items. Also write down tracks. Why are you writing in white? What is that? Why would you do that? That was weird. Don't be weird. Just started typing white text on white papers. Gonna sleep lurk? Alright. Thank you. I shall try. I was just curious about blue options. Loading. Oh, yeah. Show it. Okay, so for Zoltan sectors, my sensors give me 3 to 4 blue options. Clone Bay also has 3. Mantis, it was 3 to 5 blue options. Okay. Clone Bay 3. So same blue options, I just want the stores. I just want the stores. Zoltan Border Police are still disgusting, though. Boy, howdy are they. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, not a store. Where's my crossing points? Here? I mean, I still should be trying to make money. Hello there! Okay, so this is a safe fight, but it's a 2-shielded enemy. So we are going to train on this, then. Yep. Exciting training. Also, auto-fire. Alright, that's so nice to actually be able to at least get this done. It took so long to get that second shield online, particularly with all the fights we took. But they were kind of low scrap, or I took surrender offers because they were just terrifying. Another good thing about picking up missiles is it does make missile weapons like that much more accessible to us as like a pickup weapon. Like if we find a small bomb, hey, that's fine, it's a small bomb. I also see that they have a Zoltan, so the Zoltan's the one that's going to be doing the repairs, which means like I ending down there. Like I gotta attack their shields to try and hurt this ship. It's gross. Yeah, the Pirate Light Surveyors are ships that can actually have 2 shields. Hey, Faith. All right. Badoop boop badoop. How's it going? I mean, we're in there. I don't know. It was a weird sector 1 because like we had mapping, so it was like, oh, this is gonna be really good. So yeah, I need all my shots to hit. That's why like this weapon setup is pretty bad. I feel like this ship misses more than so many other ships. And it's like, bad that it does that. Alright, so 3 volleys in. We still haven't hurt them yet. That's great. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's gonna happen eventually. Hey. At least they'll get stunned by the ion. Nice. Alright, progress. Okay. Chill out, evil game. Come on. Really? Triple dodge? That's your problem? That's also true. You are only speaking in facts. I mean, I kind of just kill the Zoltan here, and then they have to pull their slug. And that's a lowering of evasion. Nice. Yeah, I don't care about trying for crew kills when a ship's trying to run away. That's one of the reasons I find this ship so weak. Like, yeah, you have a couple cute little, like, blue options, right? Sensors 2 has blue options. Clone Bay has kind of like blue options, or like you can just risk crew because it's not actually risking them. And you also have some like crew kill stuff, but flat out when it's like you need to kill a ship, this doesn't do that. It's such weak offense. I mean, you just compare like an ion stunner to a mini beam, and it's not even close. And I know that's like mini beams all the way up there, but or like 4 basic lasers, where I can still take damage to my weapon system, and I'm still hurting enemy ships. It's completely different. But all right, we're at 61 bucks. How you doing? Hey, it's a safe fight. Nice. Okay, only level 1. Nice. Nice. It's also only a 2 crew ship. We see that the rock is moving actually out of their engines. Good stuff. To Urbers the normal way and failed. Uh-huh. And Dr. Eurydice. I mean, I would like a crew kill. Yeah, there's some like really cute little like interactions. Okay, I need to actually damage their oxygen system here if I want to go for a crew kill. Oh, you gotta do it at least once or twice. Oh, speedy chariots? Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, that's a good resist. Weaken up the crew unless they spend some time in the med bay. Another nice resist. Good. Good. Of course, they're rocks, so they have like 150 health. Instantly fixed right after when I miss. Like, this is the other thing. It's so unreliable in getting crew kills because you just need... It's like, oh, you can get crew kills as long as you land 3 shots in a row. It's like, okay. I just want explosive arrows run today. Yeah, some of those duo boom... Some of the duo boons where it's just like, oh, like, this makes the run is cool. But then other ones, it's like, why is this a duo boon? I don't like it. It's kind of bad. That's less exciting. Like, you want your duo boons to feel like super awesome and amazing. But there's a couple that, oof. I think a lot of people don't like the Aphrodite Demeter one. But, like, the one that I like the least, I think, is the Ares, Poseidon. Are they dead? Oh, they had a level 2 med bay. Yeah, never mind. No crew kill. Wow. All that couldn't get a crew kill. Yeah, so like I had, you know, you're riding around with like Poseidon, and you get those, you know, those just like knockback area control, population control kind of things. It's like, yeah, this like feels pretty good. And then it turns it into this pulse where they have to be like right next to you, and it like hits them 3 times. Yeah, it's cast, and I just don't like it. Every time I like switch to it, it's such a complete difference from what it was. And it just feels like it doesn't Sultan checkpoint. I'm gonna fight ya. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Come on. Flax are so scary. Deuce. I don't even remember what the Zeus Dionysus one is. No, wait. Because I don't want to get close to the big mean boss. Isn't that like fog? It just like deals lightning damage? Oh, short range. Got it. We'll try. Okay, we didn't get in there. That's okay. 30 dodge. The first volley is technically the most dangerous. Is where like the shots are close. Oh, okay, sure. Just don't dodge any of their shots. That's good. Now I've dodged one of 8 so far. There we go. There we go. Actual damage. Yeah, I mean, I know Poseidon gets a little bit of a knock because of like speedrunning stuff, and then the lack of knockback on bosses, and I get it. But like, the ability to just absolutely erase rooms is amazing. It's just like, yeah, I got crowd control. Okay, good dodges. Yeah, like, I mean, it just makes those, like, Styx areas so... They're just, like, just an inconvenience. And, like, I get that the knockback stuff is not as, like, speedy. Yeah, I figured. I tried. $12. Anything? No. Alright, so we'll hit here. Then we gotta... Come on, 2 stores, please. I'd like to find one of them, and I want there to be stuff in it. Sure. $20. Nice. So I take that to know if that's a store, and then I can cut back down to here. Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, I don't know about those two. Man, if those are my stores, I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna be legit upset if they just bury both the stores like that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Seastorm is bonkers. Could cause suffocation damage. Well, the only problem is I can't ion it because the Zoltan... I mean, it has to actually run out of air because the Zoltan would power through the ion on the O2. That's what I was thinking. Hey, Cass. Are you kidding me? Game, come on. How about not disgusting fights? How about not disgusting fights? Do you know what I'm talking about, game? Like, just not absolutely disgusting fights? Like, every single fight has just been, like, it's not even, like... The nicest fight we had, what? The one we could train on. The Ion Storm one, but everything else is 3+ shots, tons of damage, or this garbage. Like, there's no point. I can't win this fight. This is going to shoot down every one of my projectiles every single time, and they are going to repair the system instantly because they're NGs. I can do like 1 damage at a time. That's it. That's all I can do. And if this charges up to full, I start taking stupid amounts of damage. Wow. Also trying to figure out the stun timer. Okay. And the pilotless dodges again. That's so gross. All because I got another pilotless dodge. At least they're not dodging there, and I am getting fires. It does help. All right. Store. Come on. Give me a weapon. Geez, no weapon. What a shock. What an absolute shock that there's no weapon here. I love it, FTL. The one-page store. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Yeah, this is complete trash. Like, I can't even take this. Like, there's no... I have no support for the teleporter. So, like, normally you can go into, like, teleporter, and then it's like, okay, well, you know, you try and make it work with weapons, particularly if you have an Artemis, and then you're fine. But this? Like, next sector, they're gonna have, like, 2 shields. And we just saw how much my ship struggles damaging 2 shielded ships. We've seen it twice this sector. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, the DD2 essentially is like a 2 shielded ship. Yeah, okay. Do I just go to the store? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I should take a beacon beforehand. There's always a possibility if this store is garbage, like, that there's some green sectors upcoming and, like, they're fine. Like, this is, like, a decent fight for us. I might be able to get a crew kill. Like, unless this lands and my shield system were safe. Oh, they got out the fire just as the last ion hit. Rude. Speaking of rude. Yeah, might as well help do that repair. No, don't do that. Okay, 25 health, 26 health. It's possible, hey Dane, it's possible I get the crew kill here. I just need my shots to land. If that small bomb had hit here, like, we lose the crew kill. Because I need them both in the room so I get the value. Nice, that was only, it didn't charge up for it. Alright, 22 bucks. No, not you. You stay there. Come on. Okay. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, whole laser 2 time. Oh, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. That's what it, that's like dead even. Like I do this and I buy the whole laser. And then that's it. No, you're completely correct. You're completely correct. Like, this is an automatic. I know it might sound like a little bit tempting because we have one ion that we do 2 ions for ion stacking shenanigans, and it's kind of like a thing that exists, but no, not really. Yeah, it's ship GG's. Alright, so we're definitely buying this. I almost want to buy this, I really do, but, like, the amount of power and money it's going to take me to get this whole laser online is going to be crazy. I kind of feel like I have to do that now. Alright, let's at least get a buffer point. I think that's totally reasonable. So I just need 75 scrap in these last 2 jumps. 1, 2, 3 jumps. I just need 70 bucks and we're good. That's it. Just 70 bucks in the last couple jumps and we're fine. One, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know how I felt about that. Like, Twitch is so weird. It's so weird because they're, I don't know. Like, I don't understand the rationale of why they do things. It's like I think somebody else in the community had like that idea and they kind of ran with it, but they didn't do anything really with it. Yeah. I mean, if I at least get to upgrade this system again, it kind of works. And then hopefully next sector is like an NG sector and it's a piece of cake. Okay. That's fine. Flak, dangerous. Nice, got the flak down. Nice, double dodges. I mean, it is possible that we can get, like, some breaches, and then the Ion Center starts doing some value things. That's possible. It's possible. Like, how possible is a crew kill here with the NG? Feels like not. Okay, that's 3 stuns. Oh, you were supposed to fire already. Yeah, so the O2's back up. No? Alright, hey, we got a fire, though. Got a fire, and we got a stun. Okay, things are interesting. Maybe. I kind of just want to take advantage of the double damage here, too. $32 health, 44 health. 8 health, 23 health. Wow, I'm not even going to be able to kill the NG. How does the NG have more health? Like, we shot the NG. Oh, I also shot the Mantis, that's true. Well, to some degree, because there's no oxygen, it does limit that ability. I can hope either A, that it just runs out of O2 really quickly. Never mind. We can hope for a resist here. That's my best option. Oh well. The ship's terrible at crew kills. It's so bad at crew kills. It's okay. Hi. Alright, well, this is a safe fight. Good. Good. Blue, white. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of wanted to see what level it was. Yeah, it is level 2. Alright, whatever. My concern is and will always be them trying to run away. Of course, if they're dodging 33% of my shots, it's kind of tricky. If they're dodging 100% of my shots, it's really tricky. Hey, there it was. A clean volley. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only took 5. Only took 5 attempts for the clean volley. Okay, but things are potentially interesting here. Yeah, good, good. There we go. All right. Yeah, I guess hole 2 was the way to go. So when they all die, we'll shoot their clone bay, and they'll only dodge like one of the shots. We'll get a crew kill. It'll be amazing. Yeah, I think it's a 30% per shot. Which puts it on the same count as like Heavy Laser 1. For some reason, the whole 1 only has a 20% chance. Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all. It's like, give it that. I don't know. Maybe they really thought breaches were like OP or something. I don't know. A third of the gems. Okay, 17 bucks. Nice. Nice. So we can do this, like if we're safe. How exciting. I don't know, we might get it. If I just get 1 power bar from this fight, I'm pretty happy. Okay. That sells for 35. NGs. Well, that turned out pretty well at the end. All right, so this is our ship. Now this sector, I'm just trying to find hacking. Hacking would be glorious. $40 and 35 delayed bucks. Yeah. That's about as good as it gets. I can't complain. Wow, sector routing's so weird because like I don't want to be like, oh, I gotta see if this is a store. This is a store. It's not really that good for me because I don't have the 80 scrap. Map. Why? Why? All right, at least there's a third store here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, pulsars are pretty bad for me, I think. Okay. Yeah, all the fights at the top. But I mean, NG sectors, you can make money without hitting the fights. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 jumps to get to the store. It's 8 max. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's super sketch. Yeah, well, one of them was like that. Potentially. Do I just go? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, wait. 1, 2, 3. That connects. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we can at least get this fight. Forward scout. Okay. So we should be safe for the first volley. Come on, breach. That was a 60% chance to breach there. Thank you. Don't know if it actually is going to make a difference or not. What a champ. Okay. As much as I would have loved to have been like, hey, let's, like, get a crew kill there. The fact that that one of them just got slammed by a bunch of shots, like, yep, like, insta-fire put out. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. It's putting a lot of faith in this store. Sure. 5 drone parts, okay. You know what I don't need? Drone parts. Wow. Ignore? Get nothing? Cool. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 5 jumps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, just give me a couple freebies. Hey! 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, just have hacking. Yes! All the money? Hey! Alright. Alright. Maybe. Yeah, I'll take that. I will take that. Probably wanted to get up to level 2 very quickly. The only problem with buying an NG here is I'd probably rather have, like, the Ion online, another weapon, or, like, upgrade my cloaking, or, sorry, my hacking. Like, I kind of look like this for what I want. Too bad there's not a battery here. I'll take my 2 fuel, because I want my 2 fuel. Free stuff. Yeah, I mean, that was amazing. Let's see, 35 plus 25. So, I mean, that was 67. That was like 80 scrap and 2 jumps. Do I want the Ion? Or do I need power? Two jumps left. Yeah, no. This feels a lot more manageable now. I'm just thinking about what I want, though. Yeah, like, I don't think I could justify the NG purchase here. Because I kind of want like this. I kind of want like that. That's more in lines of what I would want. Okay, I definitely want the power bar. Hull is okay. I mean, we can be pretty reckless with our drone usage. We do have 21. All right, let's just do the power. Strange bug. Listen to their problem. Human goes over. Return home. Yeah, so this is only 15 scrap, which is bad, but Mantis on my ship? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That's a Korra. That is not quite right. Actually, I'm going to kind of put them here. And just do that. That's great. Like, just getting that 4th crew member is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay. I gotta figure it's not that long of a cloak. Crew kill this? Yeah, just do it. Should only be Alito. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think they could have a 6-powered weapon system. Okay. Good luck fixing that. These Zoltans. Bum, 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 bum. The resist! No, don't resist. Don't do it. Don't do it. Level 3 oxygen. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Also, no breaches. So, breach stun? I still want to, like, get as much value as possible. I don't know if they're just gonna die. Hey, they died! Yes! Oh, you find number slaves in their cargo hold. They look at you questioningly and one asks, are they to be released? You could use more crew, but you don't want to force them all to work for you. Don't tell me what I want to do. Yoink! Alright. Alright, that's fine. We can now do this. I guess that gets to be tracks. Join first. Bum, bum. Let's go. Zoltan controlled. That's gross. Alright, is there like an immediate store? No. Whole Laser 2, yeah, Whole Laser 2 can do some, like, beast things. Like, it's not... It's still a little bit slow, but it's still 3 shots, and it's a lot nicer because we have, like, the dual lasers, right? So, like, trying to get a 5-power weapon system, if this was, like, a burst 1, would feel way, like, it'd be like, ugh. Like, oh my gosh, like if I needed to have a 5-power weapon system right now, like I would feel like not as good. I mean, I guess this would only be level 1. But this we can do. Hopefully. All right, so Sector 4, mostly just looking to make money here. That's kind of the big goal. It's not inherently about, like, a store ship upgrade. Okay. These time pretty well. These time actually really well. Plus the small bomb, looks like. Okay, small bomb missed, and the other dodge, nice. Oh, the double dodge, sick. Yeah, your weapons are scary. I think I'm gonna hack at level 1 just to desync this from that weapon. So by desyncing it, like, this fire's at 13 seconds and this fire's at 14. So, like, these shots, and they're pretty quick shots. So, like, these 2 shots can hit my shields and it times with this. But if we hack after this one fires before this one does, we create a window. And that's what I mean by desyncing. And we only want to do a level 1. Like, if you do a level 2, it's possible that essentially we just resync them. No! Alright. That's kind of despicable. Ninja just gets here and you shoot him like that. I was hoping for a breach, of course. Only really need 1 shield here. Yeah, I can't move them out in time. So as soon as they repair the breach, you're trying to get in there. I actually want them in there. Oh, no, the other one got out. No, no, not allowed. Not allowed. Oh, that was super sneaky. They are being super sneaky. Good dodge, considering I only had 35%. Or close to. Alright, is Zoltan dead? Yes, Zoltan switch. Nice, nice. Another NG. Aw. Another store. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that worth? Maybe. That might be worth. We can make money before that. Okay. It's all about us getting our volleys before they get theirs. Nice. Like, even if we pick up mind control, just so we can do this combination of the weapons hack with the, lowering the evasion, that's super good. Super good. Yeah, like, there was, like, I think, like, the first 2 times I used Hull Laser, I was just like, oh, I don't like it because it's not Burst Laser 2, and everything with it just feels, like, wonky and not good. and then I like came back around. Like, oh, okay, like there's some like, it's really destructive. Okay. Biobeam. Interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, you need to relax there. Yeah, but like I said, and it's really super important to note, this is working now because this dual laser is amazing. And because I'm getting away with a 4-power weapon system. All right, another weapons hack. I really can't desync here. Well, no, I can desync after this. That's what I probably should do. Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. Why do they take down the... Okay, yeah, that makes way more sense. I was like, what are you doing? Okay, good dodges. Like it. Like to see good dodges. Okay, they don't have a med bay. Okay, they almost got the flak back online, or the ion. We'll see which. That's okay, we're shields training. How much health are they at? 25 and 40. I mean, we can just shoot them for a crew kill. Yes. Okay. Oh, kind of getting excited about this run, like stabilizing. We've got so much free stuff. Wow. I was like, I hope we buy mind control, but now it's like, geez, I hope we just get cloaking. Backup battery drones? No! Do I want drone control? Uh-huh, Leno. Yeah, Vulcan's always kind of like, well, yeah, Vulcan is super bad in the early game, right? Like, you just need, if you have really good defense, then like Vulcan is like this, okay, it's a 4-power weapon system, and that can be like your weapon system. It can actually function that way. Hold out for cloaking. I mean, we're not exactly hurting. I could just buy the battery, which is fine. I'm gonna swap off to DD1. Could just get the stunner online, but I think I'd take the fuel. Yeah, it's a slot, it's some power, which I can actually use in a couple spaces. I guess we keep the biobeam, because like selling it right now doesn't gain me anything. Maybe some random crew kills. 1, 2, 3. So can I go like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6? I super doubt that. Super doubt. Drones are for chumps. I'm just thinking whether I want to get the stunner online then. And then sometimes I'll be able to go hull to anti-bio beam. The problem is there is a second store in the sector. It's not a problem. It's just like there is a second store in the sector. Double mantis in my engines. Rude. Definitely hacking their weapons here. 3 shields, though. Yuck. Yeah, I kind of don't want to engage them, if I don't have to. Yeah, that felt bad, didn't it? How much health are they at? 59. Okay, maintain some health. Yuck. Double yuck. That's already firing. I also don't want 3 shots of this coming at me, so I might as well still do the hack. Yeah, this was the problem, was like 3 shielded ships. It's like, yeah, I can totally dodge 2 of your shots, and that's not like the craziest thing. It's like, no, it's not. It's just really unfortunate that they have an Artemis backing it up. Like, super unfortunate. Like, this is just like free damage, essentially. Like, I can't bring it down. Wow, it keeps timing perfectly. How much damage is dealt to me? 8? Remember how we took, like, 3 damage, like, 6 damage in the first sector, and now I just took 8 from a single fight because of this behind 3 shields? And 40% dodge? Just a casual 40% dodge the whole fight? It's like, yeah, every once in a while, sure. The game's like, no, it's all the time. I can't hit the ship. It's impossible. This is the greatest pilot ever. I kind of want to just leave. If this missile is still online when it fires, I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm just not eating more damage. I'll see if it cracks. Like, we'll know when it crosses my shields whether I'm getting hit or not. Yeah, I'm getting hit again. Let's get out of here. All right, at least it's only 2 shields. Yeah, but it's only 2 shields, so it has to dodge 6 of 5, or has to dodge 66% of my shots, right? 60%. Like, that's kind of different than the other one where it only has to dodge 40%. And if we hit him one time... Yeah, okay, there, we just don't miss. There's that possibility, I guess. Literally didn't miss a single shot. 10 for 10. Okay. So if I do 1 damage... It's okay. Not really, but FTL does things like that sometimes. No. Alright. That's why I, like, wanted to find, like, another system, like, either mind control or, like, cloaking. Then that, like, Artemis problem isn't a problem. Like, with the weapons hack and cloaking, we're fine. Or mind control, so they just can't, like, dodge everything. Also probably just fine. I think this is the right call. So these sync up pretty well, where I've tried before to, like, dodge that. Whatever. Like, flash shields, and it just doesn't work. So, do I do a level 2? But hopefully with the hack combination, I just get in there. We only need 1 damage. Like, once we do 1 damage, we're safe. You can spam them with impunity. I mean, right. Like, that's true. I mean, I was like, well, I was going to have to in all these fights. Like, there was always like, oh, like, we haven't had any, well, I could get a crew kill, but I only have 3 drone parts, so, you know. I guess there's the thing where I should have, like, eat a Artemis to shoot the shields, hope that I hit, which, of course, again, I wasn't hitting. And then, like, the Mantis goes, repairs that, their evasion drops. I eat an Artemis, it hopefully doesn't hit me in the weapons. Nani? Do you have 4 crew? No, that was without a pilot. Oh, you're jerks. That's what you are. Okay, they're still pretty far behind on getting that repaired. Hopefully that breach is in a different location. No. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, 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 bum. Boo! Boo, I say! Yep. That's fine. Okay, well, they're out of oxygen. If they were doing repairs, they're now stunned. Nice. Storm. Mind control. Mind control all the way. Okay, with that, I do think I can actually do this, then this. Get that going. Because missile shenanigans. Okay. Because missile shenanigans. 2, 3. 3 jumps left. I guess we go 1, 2, 3. Have I seen both stores? Yeah, there's a store down here, and then there's this one. I don't know, like maybe this is a distress or something. Pulsar? Why? Okay. Directly into my clone bay. Alright, you deal... Oh, no, 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 they're gonna leave the clone bay, right? To go into my door system. Alright, that's kind of okay. Okay, I think I got a flash shields here with the heavy laser and the mini beam. And all my weapons. Okay, so I lost engines, I lost hacking. Nice. Okay, so if this is what stays online, my shield bubbles up. That's good. Everything's okay. Okay, weapons are offline. Okay, they should teleport when that one's back. No, 3. I think that 5 plus 2 is 7. 4. So the dual laser stays up if I do this. Shield 1 shield bubble. Yeah. Makes sense. Question is do I want bio beam up? There's kind of a case for it here. Like, they're hurting. Of course you do. Uh-huh. Sniped. Okay. I still want that. I want my bubble up to, like, because I want my shields to get hit here. So if I mind control you, you'll fight that one, and that's another crew kill. No, you jerks. How dare you? How dare you not fight amongst yourselves? Also, don't repair that, please. Please. Masking super nicely. Dead. Okay. Ba-da-bum. Can't reset crew, it's a pulsar. I mean, I'm kind of okay on fuel. I could buy 1, go to 14. That's kind of okay. I think it's a green sector upcoming. It's a green-red split. Yeah, if I miss out on something for 2 scrap, I'm gonna feel bad. 13's fine. Yeah, they're probably okay. There's like a lot going on. Sure. Mantis homeworlds are slug-controlled nebula. Also, I was wrong. I mean, we only need upgrade sensors 1 time and clone bay 1 time. We get Kazakh. Yeah. I'm pretty okay with Mantis, to be honest. Like, so with the slugs, hey, they're slugs. But, like, my mind control stops being functioning here. So that's less good. Nice late exit location, 1 store. Ideally, we just find cloaking. Attack the ship. They don't seem friendly. How? What? In Mantis space? No way. I don't believe it. Okay, let's pay attention. Oh, I just missed. I guess I needed to wait a little bit longer. It's okay. It is okay. You jerks. It's my battery. Stunner. And my clone bay. Okay. Why don't you go fix that? Nice. All right. NG's dead. Time to break through that door. I think I should have MC back up. Nice. Nice. All right, could you just wait right there? Maxim? Oh, wow, they're partially shield trained. Like it. I like it a lot. So that's Blawwolf. Prepared to save the king? No. No. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need. I think it's just saving up money to, like, get cloaking or shields 3. What do you mean? No. Okay, so, like, to get Kazak, I need a crew kill, which, with this setup, shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be. Like, there's always a possibility something's gross. I need to upgrade my sensors level 3 because I don't have a teleporter, and that is an additional $40, and I also have to upgrade my clone bay. So for a fully trained Mantis and some other fun shenanigans, I have to sink 75 scrap. That's what I mean by no. It's 75 scrap. No, no. Rude. Dum, ba-dum, bum. Okay. So I wanted to, like, A, just get them off my ship, which is important, but B, buy time for this to come off cooldown. So if I go this way, that's it. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm trying to keep an eye out for a store. Okay, oh, chapa. Okay. This fight is insanely dangerous. Trying to figure out what's the most dangerous part of it, the Artemis missile or the combat 2? Artie? Probably Artie. Six 50% evasion. Nice! Okay, that's really good. God, I wish I was thinking about doing that on purpose, and then Mike would love me. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, that's true. It's like, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Okay, so this fight got, like, way less disgusting. Yes. Good. Okay. Okay, so they just dodged pretty high on the first... Well, it's probably not... I have no idea what evasion this ship has. It's probably in the 40s. Something gross. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No breaches. That's fine. Like... Yeah, like, statistically, that's not great, but I don't care, because the shots are landing. Like, yeah, as long as you're hitting shots, breaches are less of an issue. Just hit shots. Okay, so that sells for 25, I think. 25 or 30, so that's my cloaking. That's my cloaking. Hi there. Hi. Okay, weapons hack, but at least mind control is live here. That's the difference. Nice, got the stun. Okay, how safe do I feel? Not, like, amazingly safe. Okay. Oh, I thought a shield bolt was going to come up in time. That's okay. Not auto fire. How much health are you at? It's 41. That's good. When so many of the world was gonna own me, putting the sharpest tool in the shed. Smash mouth. Okay. I just want a power. I could do that, or I could get the level 4 dodge. Actually, I think I went 4 dodge. 4 dodge. Get out of fights. Maybe get a couple clutch evasions. Huh, so that's a burst 2, flak 1, burst 1, and a basic laser. So they got the cycle here, right? 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots, flak. That's fun. It's not fun, chat. Okay, that's shields. I don't want shields. I want weapons. Boy, all those volleys are scary. So with luck, they'll try to move into shields. We'll wait till it's off my screen. Because this is hacked. Nice, we caught him. Okay, 3 shots up. Good, 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 good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses. Not allowed. Trying for a crew kill. Okay, 100 health, 96. MCU. What? You're not gonna fight them? I'm a little bit surprised. I'm a little bit surprised, chat. It's fine. We have quite a bit of time on our hands. We have time on our hands. I wonder if I had to wait for them to fix piloting. There we go. That's what I want. Dun, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. I keep thinking, like, I have this anti-bio beam. No, I don't need it right now. No. All right, there we go. There we go. I think this is what I want. Should actually be charging up my FTL in case, I don't know, I do something supremely bad. Papa Neat! How's it going? How be you? Welcome back to the Murder Most Foul. Very much appreciated. And the lurk? I like it. Bold, power move.
A thing.
I'm here, and I'm going to bed. Time to game and lurk. Acceptable. Okay, so we let them into here. We mind control them. Yes! Oh, look how good this is. Yoink! Hey, we got the Pegasus missile back. Nice. Store? Alright, so I don't think we've actually seen the store in this sector, so that should show us which one of these 3 beacons is actually the store. And this is why I didn't take the distress. It's like, wow, you have something guaranteed here, but it let us scope out the rest of the sector, so, like, knowing that I will find the store, the next jump. Underly Milk, thanks for the follow. We can go ahead and buy a power bar, because we have things we can sell to buy cloaking, which is definitely going to be there because I want it to be, and that's how FTL works. I should reset crew health, but I'm not gonna do, because I'm a good person who doesn't do that thing. Distress store 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Routing set. Oh, look. You find a number of ships fleeing from a space station. You hail them, asking, what's wrong? Help, we're being overrun by some sort of giant alien spiders. Biobeam. Meow. Which one's routine inspection? Mirror downgrade. Yeah, I would do the 3 on the 32 heat. Like, alright, tick it once. Whoa! Whoa! Hey, it's a Pegasus missile. It's the 3rd one we've seen. I still think cloaking's gonna be the right call. I haven't taken it yet before and needed to get a win. I mean... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was like another thing. Like, while like chasing the prophecies, like that was sort of inhibiting builds. I was like, oh, that's such a better thing, but I want to get these build prophecies or whatever. And then there's like that freeing moment when you clear all those out and you just get to like, all right, now I get to have those builds. And then you're like, oh, like, and that sort of coincides with like, okay, you get better at the game, but then you're intentionally getting kind of weaker builds, but then you're adding heat, but then you don't, and it all kind of comes together, hopefully, depending on which ones you pick. Yeah, I mean, we're just cloaking, yes. Okay, 36 plus 25 plus 17. Is that, like, enough? 25, 35. It is. Not enough. Wow, I mathed that completely wrong. Good job, me. In my head, it worked out, but it didn't. So now I just lost, like, a DPS there. Do I sell the dual lasers, then? Get my shots back? Yeah. So that was just a mistake. Somehow I thought it was going to be like 82. But I need to keep up my projectile count. That's fine. 6 shots, all my systems. It's good. You cross paths with a match ship. Looks like I've had dozens of layers of armor plating at which must have been a 100-year career. It's Captain, the legendary thief Kazak Plethkalek. Your crew look frightened. Your Majesty's crew member steps forward. He, Kazak Plethkalek, perform a weird kind of alien haka. You, meanwhile, Charge the battle systems. All right, so we should try to get a crew kill here, which is very plausible. If I can just kill a mantis, it seems like a good start. Okay. No. Okay, do I just want to this? Is that going to be enough? Like between the mind control? All right. Got them punching each other a little bit here. It's good. It's good. Doors have closed. Strip the ship, get 49 bucks. Pretty sure I just need to buy some power here. Nice. Okay. The king has fallen. Slug or civilian? Civilian. Okay. So we have systems. I just need a weapon. I just need a weapon now. It would have been better with my other setup, but I can't change that. Should have just got my calculator, but no. Also need shields. That's pretty late game. Like, with the system setup that we have, we should be pretty okay to like really destroy enemy weapons. And like once that happens, like we should be relatively safe. Well, in theory, we were relatively safe. Ion intruder as well. Okay, they're hacking my clone bay. Mind control. That's pretty annoying. Also, why is this not being powered? Oh, because I hacked my battery and you took the power from my guns. Thanks. Thanks, FTL. That random hack thing that you do. Okay, this is actually now bad. Like, this is bad. This is not amazing. I thought I was going to be here. I can't really stop it. Yeah, I can't even mind control because this dropped in power too much. That was a mistake. Okay, at least I landed enough of my shots. Oh wow, the door locked, so I'm gonna get ioned here. It's actually kind of helpful because then when they hack it, I don't know if anything happens. Let's cloak. Yeah, no, the hack instantly dropped a shield again. So that time it took down a shield instead of a weapon. We'll just keep their weapons at bay. Just a little bit of disruption. It's gonna get ironed instantly. Okay. I'll leave that up for the hack. Everything else is fine. We're fine. I wonder if it has to do with, like, what you last put power in or something. Because, like I said, so the first time it took down my weapon, right? And then the next time it took down a shield bubble. Like, it remembers where you assign the power, so that's where it takes it from. Demand surrender of their goods. Crew kill would be nice, would be preferred. Three, 6. I don't like their 4-shot volley. I really don't like their 4-shot volley. Okay, decent start. Fortunately, their FTL is still charging. But at least we're not in danger from their weapon systems. We can just go all in on this piloting. Shoot a drone instead. Good. Good. That's not good. It's not good. I didn't want to shoot a drone. I want to shoot their piloting. Oh, that was clutch. Okay, just got in there. See, that's like the weaker side of this. Like, I get 2 volleys. They essentially run in like 35 seconds. Which really is not a lot of time. Reset the repair. Smash their weapons again. I would love to hit them in their shields. Oh no, repair bot. Okay. Things look completely evil. Can I get a crew kill from here? Okay, 25 health, 11 health. I mean, it's possible. I had to be... This can repair. Like, it can repair and fix this, and then someone's going to go up there, and they're going to jump away immediately. Nice. Okay, 1... So I can turn this off. Unless it hits a drone. Hey, I got the ion center back. All right. Now I just need to find a dual laser, and nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever know. Oh, there's the next store, though. All right, let's try and make a little bit more money. Oh, we can make... Yeah. Seeing where the dual laser results? Shh. Fight it. Yeah, no, I just did a miscalculation. In my head, the numbers worked out. They, in actuality, did not. Possible crew kill. Uh, 76. Okay. I mean, it's easy for the NG to get beat up versus the two Mantis, but it's the repair speed that I want off the ship more so than anything else. So when I hit their clone bay here, we should be good. Okay. Huh. That was more dodges than what I was expecting from a pilotless ship. And it's a level 3 clone bay. That's rough. Oh, I thought they were gonna fight the NG there. Okay. Well, there's a store upcoming. I have 2 shields. I have cloaking. I got hacking on their system. I think the crew kill's still on the menu. It's fine. No, go fight him. Go. Oh, that resist was super good. Cloak. Are you gonna try to repair this? Where are you going? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so 5 shots. We're good. 1, 2, turned off. Crew kill hype. Okay. Store. Well, I don't need to store as much now. Apparently I was wrong. I was wrong. Jeez. Okay. So halberd beam is 8, hull beam is what, 9? 9 plus 8 is 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Is that a one-shotter then? Halberd, hull. Yeah, you're not kidding. So that's 8. That's like 9 damage. So, like I said, that's 17. And then this is 6. Eight plus 6 is 14, plus 7 is 21. Boy, I am not mathing at all tonight. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, or 23. Why am I not mathing? Oh my gosh, I can't math. Calculator, help. 8, that's definitely a number I recognize, plus 9. Yeah, that's 17, plus 6 equals, yeah, that's 23. It is a one-shotter on the flagship, potentially. Like, we MC the pilot, halberd beam through the piloting, that's our 8, plus 0 dodge, hull beam, and then the hull laser. And then nothing else matters. So I still have like some use for the burst laser, so I'm not going to sell it here. Somehow went through all my drone parts. It's fine. Huh. Okay. Well. I could do shield bubble, take 2 shots, desync. Okay, there goes shot 1. Oh no, I don't have enough power for that. No, I know I can fire. Shoot. I have to desync now. Okay, burst is the last thing online. Okay, we're fine. Fine. That's the man position. Uh-huh. Okay. Is that the last crew? Or is there crew, like, healing in the med bay? Well, they just moved to piloting, so... Probably don't have MC anymore. Okay, they just moved into the med bay. How do I get a crew kill? I mean, we could try... Oh, they moved back in here. Alright, well, figured out how to get a crew kill. Did they just, like, not even power this? Is that what they did? That was a bad decision. Another one. That's not me. Game took them. Distress. Yeah, it's where like upgrading my weapons doesn't actually do anything. It's fun. Bum, ba, ba, bum. Quit it. And there are some in my clone bay as well. Probably just gonna make a run for it. Can you just be dead? You could be dead. Shh. Thank you. Okay. Bum ba da bum 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 bum. I mean, phase 3 will be a little bit gross, just trying to, like, get through the Zoltan shield, because that can be dodged. And it's gonna be weird selling a burst laser too, but come on, I already sold a dual laser, so what's a burst laser 2, really? Again, assuming my math is correct, and we don't even have to worry about, like, crew kill shenanigans then, which is kind of nice. As long as I can, you know, get up to the 8-power weapon system. So that kind of should be my top priority. That and level 3 hacking. Probably level 3 hacking. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm okay with fuel. It's fine. Okay, that takes care of problem A. Was that problem A? Something like that. Attack the ship. I could get away without having to use a drone part here. on their level 3 oxygen system. Do they only have 2 crew? Oh, did you really fire that? The fact that they're just doing full charges on it. Well, somebody else is going to try and repair the oxygen. They also gave up. Oh, nope, someone got it done. Got another breach. Nope. Oh, that was a good dodge. Problem is I won't know. 10 seconds, that's fine. Dun, 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 dun. Like when I have to actually hit them in the clone bay. Not fine. Ho ho ho! Okay. No, that's cool. No, that's a cool game. So what, I took 4 damage to not use a drone part there? Okay, so that's 1 normal jump, that's 2 normal jumps. I don't know if I got 3. Yeah. Yeah, we sell this. Because that's actually, like, less power for me to get online. It saves me 90 scrap to go that route. 5 power weapon system, that still kills ships? Or the hole in that one? Sure. Okay. Still onto the burst. Still there. Still doing a thing. Okay, get that solidified. And we're good. You find the source of the distress call, a small research station. It appears a small laboratory fire got out of small control and is threatening to destroy the small station. Their small fire suppression system is not small responding. Rock crew member, pre-igniter. Shield charge booster. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we now have essentially, it's, well, not essentially, it is what it is, a one-shot. This is the 3rd time we got this event. Never free damage. We're able to deal 22 damage to the whole flagship. So that means that we just one-shot it. Yes. Zoltans. No! Not Zoltans. Why? Why Zoltans? Why you gotta be that way? Mine actually had to shift to getting the hacking up, or the cloaking up. Continue. Wow, that actually times really well. We still could take like a truckload of damage, but... I kind of want this to be a fake power in case I got hit here and then things are bad. I am susceptible to getting hit by the halberd here. Am susceptible. No, no, no. You have to actually go through the weapon system? I know. You're like, but why? You just got to. $52. It's weird. It's just like, I just need to get to 90 scrap. It's like, I just need to get to 90 scrap. Eight plus 4 is 12, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's not good enough. We do halberd into burst. That's really gross. All right, so the plan is eventually I'm just gonna let them in. That person there, that person there. Shield hack 4. Cloak the missile. Get mind control online. Okay, so Halberd beam, all the things. Burst laser this. Mind control the pilot. So that's 5 damage to their weapon system. Which is pretty good. Alright, put them in 2 rooms so they don't get hit here. Battery's still on power, so... Lido! No! It's fine. Okay, the weapon system's just dead. That's close enough. Alright, there we go. Everything's fine. So we just kind of like go all in on offense, right? Okay, I need that online. That goes there, there, there. That's what we essentially look like. And then battery. Nope. I don't want to check out your Sultan Eye. It's probably gross. You should probably see an optometrist or something. Occasionally there are fights in Zoltan sectors. Occasionally. Gross. Double gross. Wow, I didn't think we'd run into this. Holy jumping. Just a casual double missile Zoltan shield. Alright, so does this just run for our lives mode then? Like, I don't have the power to fight this. I just really don't have the power to fight this ship. Yeah. Yeah, let's just run. We just do a really long cloak. You should get a beam weapon. Yeah, it's an Artemis, too. Yeah, like, this fight can be nasty. It's just the fact that it's a Zoltan's shield. Like, if it wasn't a Zoltan's shield, we could just pre-cloak and beam it to oblivion before we're anywhere even remotely in trouble. Or if I had full power. But both those things happened. Which I already knew was going to be like the Ion once we got there. That's standard. So unless they hack my shields, we're completely safe. Okay, halberd beam through that. Hull beam can also go through that, and then another hull beam through there. That should do it. They're refusing to communicate. Rude. It's just rude. Okay, so that's the Zoltan shield offline. Don't. 44 bucks. Store represents at least $40. Oh yeah, plus the shield charge booster. Okay, so can do this, 2 power. I don't know, maybe I'll end up fighting 12 ships. Maybe. How about no? Bum ba da bum ba da dum bum bum. Guess Shields 3 would be a good priority. Okay, I'm targeting the shield system. Stop it. We don't want to talk about how you're actually able to mind control my crew while I'm cloaked. That's fine. Cheaters. Do 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 do. No. Money. Okay. Farm. 1, 2, 3. Kind of hoping that I don't dive. Also, how you doing, Colors, if I didn't ask before? Intruders on board, and they brought 50 bucks. That's nice. And they're down here. How many crew do we have? Yeah, I'm just mind controlling them, and then going back. Shield 3. So we just get a little, just a little bit more power. That's all, and we're fine. Another store? Shoot, that's not ideal. Stop it! They're already dead. I don't need anything from here. Alright, at least it's not a dive. I mean, like, the dive on the exit's fine. This isn't, though. Get to the station. Ooh, nice. Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 bum. Got him. Pretty sure. $55. Find nothing else. Reactor. Okay, so that's it. That should be a pretty easy flagship fight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 halberd times. Yeah. Let's go. No, they're on my battery. Rude. Is there 2 or just 1? Okay. We're just gonna cloak our way out of this one, not waste a drone part. We'll do a quick swap. Try and maintain some health here. Really? Okay, they're trying to get back into my battery. Last stand. You arrive at an outpost close to the Federation base. Your access code gets you past initial security, and an officer sets up a direct feed to the Federation base's war room. Admiral Tully speaks first, saying, "What is the meaning of this? Who are you? And wait, is that fighting? There's no fighting in the war room. You explain your mission. It's just roughhousing. It's fine. Don't worry about it. They're just fixing the feng shui. It was a little bit off. Your explanation is met with murmurs of cynicism and disbelief among the officers. General Terzel of the NG Brigade speaks up. Intel suggests potential counter to rebel technology. Risk all or save none. We explain the weakness of the enemy fleet, the rebel flagship. Until he responds, it's settled. The rebels will be here in a matter of moments. We'll do what we can to hold off their warships, but you must succeed in destroying this flagship. Your current outpost can provide some repairs and fuel, and other repair stations can provide aid as well. Good luck. Yeah, that's definitely the door you should try to get through. Good job. GG's. We did it. Okay. Bum, ba-da, bum, 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 bum. Where's my base? Alright. We'll take the freebies. We can just rock it. Oh no! Bum 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 bum. I might not actually be able to get a kill here on like the first one, just because I can only hit 3 rooms. I think we're sufficiently safe, though. We were sufficiently safe. Wow. I wasn't thinking that's an ion bomb. And then I was like, oh, I should have thought it was an ion bomb. Hilarious. It's really funny. And it knows what system it wants. Doesn't matter. I mean, that's... Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, like, most stuff I don't need at this point. Power, buffer, this. Wait, what did I upgrade? Sense? No. Did I not upgrade my O2? No, I guess I just flat out didn't. Okay. I don't really need to. Like, we're going to kill the ship before an O2 hack would be dangerous. It's just so much easier filling my ship up with O2 and it's at level 2. We found you at last. So you have. Eight. Okay, that wasn't sure that was actually on the correct squares. GG's. It's a store! I don't think I have a use for you. Well, I mean, I can get repairs. Shouldn't matter. And... Yes! Welcome on board, Faith. Okay, first off, let me get Faith out of the oxygenless environment. We did it. Super important. I'll take potentially one more fight, if we can. Hello there. Yeah, this shouldn't be an issue. It's fine. That's actually not fine. Where's the crystal beam? Hey, Badger. I don't know what you're talking about. Can't one hit him. It's not possible. It's sort of funny how we can, like, one-shot the flagship, but other ships I can't. Okay. I can do a power bar. Don't know about 32? Nice, nice. Yeah, 16, like, 16 is where they do kind of like, these two things interacting with each other are gonna be, like, nasty, and trying to figure out, like a lot of stuff you can kind of, like, isolate, right? Where it's like, alright, I can do this, but that doesn't impact that, but that once you get there, but 32, it's like, yeah, there's gonna be, like, some disgusting combination that you just don't want to deal with. But what's interesting is I have seen, like, different varieties of people's 32 heat clears. It's not all, like, the exact same builds or, like, even the same heat distributions, which is kind of cool. I mean, I guess it could go engines, right? Alright, let's just fight. Double digits with 3 different weapons, so 16 will be nice, nice, congratulations. All right, this is it, chat. This is it. The Rebel flagship. If you're somehow able to destroy this monstrosity, the Federation fleet will have a chance of surviving. There's no turning back. What are you hacking? Cloaking. All right. I just have to make sure my swipes are good. Okay, so that's my 8 for my halberd. That's my 9. That's another 9. What does pausing do? Yeah, well, pausing allows a lot more micro. I mean, I know there's a lot of no-pause players there. So I was just making sure, like, the timing was as perfect as possible. So, like, I wasn't like, let the shields charge. My hack timing with my weapons was off. And then I missed the opportunity to get my beams in there for full damage, because I kind of need to. So I can one-shot it and be done with it. Oh, we can still take another fight. It's more money. Yeah, like this ship I can't actually one-shot. Hi friends, welcome on board. Enjoy your stay. Does it allow you to voice shows more often? So, like, what you can do a bunch of commands and pause. So you can do a lot of micromanagement. So, like, one thing you can do is, like, I could depower a weapon for, like, a couple frames to power my engines to give me a little bit of dodge and then go right back into those systems. Right now I don't really need to because I'm at, like, pretty much all my systems running at full power. Is that upsetting you? Hold on, I can... So whole beam there, whole beam there. Is that better? Does that... I can... Is that more visually appealing for you? Alright, so I have like 4 shots incoming. I probably should... Oh, and the beam strike. Oh. Yeah, well, on the flagship, like, that swipe's the only one that does 9 damage, and I definitely need to do that for, like, phase 2, so you're gonna be disappointed again. I kind of had to take it. Nice, I didn't take any damage, because I have to cloak this. Yeah, whatever. Uh-huh. No, not interested. Bum, bum. So yeah, I mean, it just allows you to be like more precise for the most part. There are some things like no pause players would struggle with to pull off in terms of like some really tight microwing. There we go. All right, so we made another $50. I guess reactor doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Doors? Sure, doors. That's a thing that exists. I'll hop back to the base. Yeah, I don't know. Chase down the flagship discovers heavily damaged from the previous fight. Scans indicates to redirect considerable power to its drones. Get ready for a fight. Uh-huh, sure. Get ready for a fight, chat. Here it comes. Okay, that breach by O2 mitigation. All right. Nope, that's not a 9 damage swipe. That's a 9 damage swipe. That is also a 9 damage swipe, and there's my 8. All right, phase 3. I don't know. I suppose there are some places they could board, which could be kind of annoying. It really shouldn't matter. Oh, no. I gotta wait for my battery, because that sometimes has been weird. Okay. Like, sometimes I've had batteries on, like, phase 2, and then phase 3, for some reason, it's on cooldown. You're not certain how it's able to keep fighting with the amount of damage it's sustained. It looks like it's transferred power to the teleporter as well as some kind of super weapon. Be prepared. This is it. Yeah, as far as like this is a pretty bad build in terms of like showing all your micromanagement, because I can just power everything and I'm just one-shotting ships. All of us please pause players are not meant to play anymore or something. No. I mean, you know, congratulations, the 81. It's a very, very highly impressive, you know. It is. It's the world record. There's no modding on it at all, and no pausing. So it's like it's everything. Like any potential category you want to have, like I guess it just crushes all of them. Well, you have Fleet Pursuit. Nope, doesn't matter. Gets that one. Gets all of them. So that's sort of fun. We'll see how long he can last with it. Yeah. Alright, so this is the fight that could maybe hurt. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a great fight here. Bring the rock over. Well, Thomas has an 80 win streak on pause. And then... yeah, so Thomas had like an 80. I think Chewbacca had something in the 70s. Billy Kirby, I thought, was 68. I keep forgetting. Burrito had a really long one, I thought, in the 60s as well. Micro pauses. Okay, that's probably as close as it gets. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So the 2 hull beams should drop it down, right? MC that, Jazz. Shield hack. I got a missile off. Bum 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 bum. GG's. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. Oh well. All 3 hit. That's funny. Alright, GG's. Thanks a lot, Kestrel, Dragon, Coursing with Trex, Ball, Wolf, and Faith for joining the crew. Hey, Kestrel C. Nice. We'll take a Kestrel C win. Yeah, that was such a... Again, that felt like a weird run with the, like that early sector. Yeah, no more Kestrels. Yay. I mean, the Kestrels for the most part are fine. Like, Kestrel A is a good ship. Kestrel B is a really great ship. Yeah, so, like, I don't know. Sector 1 was, like, kind of... It was just, like, it was one of those runs where, like, every ship is just dangerous. It's like, oh, like, this ship is dangerous. The next ship is dangerous. And so is the next one. Every single one of them's really bad. Like, I took like 2 or 3 bribes in the first 2 sectors. I definitely took 2. Or like surrender offers. I was just like, yeah, let's just not deal with this, or like let's run. Like, I would be surprised if we even hit 40 kills. I'd be really surprised if we hit 40 ship kills. 5362. 39. 104 beacons, which is about average. 1755. That's really below average scrap. 5362. Yeah, wow, we also had like back-to-back low scrap runs, because the Kestrel B was also like a 1520 in terms of scrap. So like the first fight was like they offered me a bribe and it was a burst laser 2 small bomb, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna save my hull and I'll take that 9 scrap. Thank you very much. The fight after that, like, was like a combat drone 1 mini beam basic laser. I was like, okay, and they like tried running away and gave me a surrender offer, and I was like, sure. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill you in time, and my shields are down, and your weapons are about to fire, so okay. Then ran into double heavy lasers 1s on a ship, and I still haven't gotten my shields up. It targeted my weapons with the second heavy laser shot, but we dodged it. So that fight actually went, like, smoothly, which was nice. And then, yeah, it was just kind of like that, like, throughout. Yeah, everybody lived. Everybody lived. I did not jettison a single person that entire run. The Lanius died 1 time due to an event and came back, but nobody else actually... I didn't vent a single person. Thank you. Alright, let's see who's live on Twitch. See if we can host up. Oh, Elad's doing pentas? I almost never get to, like, host up Elad. Yeah, good old Elad. Absolutely, this is happening. Start a prediction. That was useful. Thanks. That's a useful suggestion there, Twitch. Yeah, so Elite is playing, I think, Penta 2. So that's Noita, BPM, Spelunky 2, Hades, and Monolith, all in a row. trying to, well, it has the world record, I think, with like a 1 hour, 38-minute run or something along those lines. That was a pretty quick run. Yeah, well, like, we ran away from fights, and then we just one-shotted ships. Noita then more. Yeah. So that was good fun. I should be back tomorrow. Probably pick up some FTL. Maybe. Things like that. Lots of Noita. Yeah, Noita does seem to be, like, the swingiest in terms of, like, time management RNG. So, all right. Well, thanks, everybody, for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the raids, the follows, the hosts, the subs. Super kind. And just keeping me company. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care, and good night.
Okay. Because, like,